Hi there, I am DJ Waldow and I turned 50 on February 23rd, 2026. So for the next 50 days, I will be sharing one thing that I've learned over the almost 50 years on this planet. Today's thing, ADHD, is a superpower. All right, let's get into it. Thing number 8. I almost need a third hand.
Hey there, DJ Waldow here, coming at you from Starbucks, interrupting this episode for some breaking news, very important. I recorded this the other day and I realized this is not a thing number 8. This is actually thing number 9. So remember that whole perfection is overrated? Well, instead of going back and recording the whole thing, which I honestly consider doing, I'm just adding this in. This is thing number 9. That's it. Let's deal with it. Move on.
For those of you watching the video, I'd be remiss to not talk about the shacket that I'm wearing. It's I don't know what it is, but it's really thick and warm, and our family calls it a shacket. I don't know. All right. Thing number 8, ADHD is a superpower. This one is quite personal, as I know, I guess some of the others have been as well, but this one's pretty personal for me. It's also nuanced. ADHD isn't necessarily a gift. It can be exhausting, not just for me, but also for others around me. It can be frustrating at times, and it can drain, again, not just me, but often those around me. Said another way, ADHD can be a challenge, not just for the person that has it, but also for those around them. Big time disclaimer, clearly I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice that I'm giving. I don't actually know if I have ADHD. It's undiagnosed, but if you know me, I probably have ADHD of some sort. But I'm going to share my experience with what I believe, or at least what I'm calling undiagnosed ADHD. So the quote unquote hard parts for me include I often have trouble focusing. I'm all over the place. My brain never shuts off. So, well, I guess I should say this. When my head hits the pillow and I go to sleep, I guess I'm still dreaming, but I feel like that's when it shuts off. Other than that, it is always moving in my head. Something's always going on. I have lots of thoughts. Again, things are constantly jumping. It's hard for me to stay on task or to stay on one thing for too long. This is often why I work at Starbucks, because I need distraction. This whole idea of jumping ideas and jumping topics and multitasking, I've been told for years, multitasking's bad. It's bad for your brain. You don't get as much done. For a long time, this felt to me like a lack of discipline, a lack of focus, something I needed to fix, something I needed to get on drugs for, Adderall or whatever. But over time, I really did learn that I believe ADHD is a good thing for me. I think it has the potential to be a superpower for me. It allows me to connect ideas quickly. I can see something and usually have a good sense of what somebody's talking about and connect one idea, disparate ideas, I guess I could say. I can sometimes see patterns in things. And even though it's chaotic or organized chaos in my head, it actually makes sense for me. And then it all came home one day when my friend, well, I consider him my friend. We met once. I don't think he considers me his friend or he doesn't know me, but my idol, somebody I look up to, Penn Holderness of the Holderness family. I love this guy, North Carolina. Look him up on YouTube. His whole family, it's amazing. They do hilarious videos, extremely relatable, especially as somebody my age. Penn wrote a book called ADHD is Awesome. The book, which interestingly enough, I haven't read because I kind of feel like I know what he's going to say in it, but I probably should read it. I just have to remember to do that. See, the ADHD is kicking in again. But the basic premise of the book is it's like not something to fight. He's learned to live with it. He's learned to use it as something that's awesome or something that's his superpower. I feel like in a lot of ways I relate to Penn Holderness, other than the fact that he's much better looking than me. He's a much better singer and he's a good actor. And I don't know. I think other than that, we're probably the same person. But that whole framing, to be serious again, that whole framing of ADHD is awesome or is a superpower, that really changed how I thought about myself and how my ADHD is manifested. So some things that I do now to sort of control that, if you will, or to harness the power of ADHD is I often voice text. I do it when I'm walking. I leave memos for people. Whatever's in my head, I try to get out on paper or on my screen as fast as I can so it doesn't fester. I intentionally multitask. I know people say it's bad. I do it. It works for me. So I do it. I don't fight it anymore. But let me be clear, it's not always great. Sometimes it's frustrating for me. And as I mentioned earlier on, I think a lot of times it's frustrating for those around me because I'm so chaotic. I've had many people, including my partner, including my family, including my close friends, say, DJ, take it down a notch, slow it down. You're all over the place, one topic at a time. So I've had to harness that a little bit. But I think this also extends beyond just ADHD. This is just the fact that people are all wired differently. People have different vibrations of what moves on their head. That's what my therapist calls them, vibrations. I love it. And I tend to vibrate very high. Some people are a little bit more like water personalities and a little bit slower, and everything flows better. Or I shouldn't say better, everything flows differently. But I finally realized, and this was maybe 6 months ago, even not even that long ago, that I'm not trying to fix this anymore. This is who I am. And I like this about myself. And hopefully others like it about me, or at least they tolerate it. I believe strongly that when you stop trying to be someone else or something you're not, you get better at being who you are. All right, that's a wrap with my shack and my Michigan hat on. Thing number 8.
Yeah, this is me again, DJ, interrupting, trying to deal with my recovering perfectionism. Yeah, this is not episode 8. This is thing 9. So, yeah, let's just call it what it is. This is thing 9. No big deal. Moving on. Let's wrap.
ADHD is a superpower. ADHD is awesome, whatever you want to call it. If you like this episode, if you could relate to it, if you know somebody who has ADHD, undiagnosed, diagnosed, medically undiagnosed, I don't know, send them this episode, send them this thing, like, subscribe, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. And I will see you tomorrow for thing number 9. Thank you. Thank you.